Okay, Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to continue with the second topic, critical thinking core skills in IT. The learning outcome of this topic is students should be able to know users. So ICT500 is a subject that require critical and creative thinking towards IT solution. So as I said, at the end of this semester, you have to present the prototype design uh, for certain group of users. So it will focus on system or application development which will be used by users. So but for this subject, you are not required to design the real system or the real application, but you just need to design to come out with the prototype only. Okay, so when talking about IT solutions, it is usually done by IT people or IT students. So since you are taking this subject, we consider that you are expected to have these two skills, okay, as IT people or IT students. So what are the two skills expected from you in this subject is technical skill and also people, dealing with people skill. Okay, technical skill, for example, when you want to design certain system, certain application, or even the prototype, the one that you are going to do in this semester, you have to know the technical skill. Technical skill means you have to know the technical skills means you have to know what is the software, okay, how to use the software. That is the technical skill. Okay. Second one is people. Okay, when you are designing certain system or certain application related to certain type of user, certain group of people, okay, you have to know about them. You have to understand their needs. You have to understand their solution. Their situation, their problems, what they are facing in their daily life, and so on. Okay, so that is what we call understanding users. Okay, the people skills, technical and people skills. So now let's look at the people skills. Why do you need to understand users? Because they are not like you. Okay, uh, for example, okay, why do OKU person needs a larger parking space? Okay, pernah terfikir tak kenapa parking space untuk orang OKU dia lebih luas daripada parking space normal people like us? Okay, because some of the OKU they drive their own car, and then without anybody else, maksudnya dia pergi seorang kan, shopping mall or mana-mana tempat lah. So they have to bring, so they have to put their wheelchair, okay, on their own. Maksudnya dia kena keluarkan wheelchair tu dulu baru dia boleh, maksudnya naik atas wheelchair tu. Okay, so that would require a larger parking space kan, bila dia nak letak wheelchair tu. Tu satu contoh lah. Okay, another example, let's think about lift kan. Dalam lift there will be braille. I think braille dekat button lift, okay, ada bintik-bintik ke apa tu kan. That is for braille interpretation for the blind people kan. So you can imagine when blind person get into the lift, and then nobody inside the lift. Kalau ada orang, tak apalah, he or she can ask for help kan, to press the button. Okay, so the button is designed in that way so that it will be easier for the blind people to press the button on their own. Okay. Okay, so sometimes we as normal people, maksudnya terlepas pandang the requirement or the needs of certain type of people macam OKU kan. So that is why we need to try our best to understand the users, because they are not like us kan. They have their own capability, limited capability. Okay. So in whatever problems that you are going to solve, you have to see or to understand the users. Okay. So how can the question now is, how can you understand users? Okay, as I said, try to be empathy. So what is the difference between empathy and sympathy? So for example, when we say to a friend, right, I feel your pain. Okay, that is empathy. I feel your pain. Means you feel deep in your heart, from the bottom of your heart, you feel how the feelings of your friend kan. But sympathy, I'm sorry that you are in pain. Okay, that is, I mean, bila kita sebut I'm sorry that you are in pain, dia tak maksudnya deep yang when you say I feel your pain, right? So empathy means experiencing the feelings of another. You have similar. Okay, as I said, empathy is experiencing the feelings of another, means maybe because that person have similar personal experiences, so they have gone through the same experience, so they can now experiencing the feelings of another. Okay. Sympathy, understanding the suffering of another, but not to the deep, I mean the detail one, right? So you acknowledge another's circumstances. Okay, you recognize their difficulty, but maybe you are not, you have never been in that situation, so maybe you just have the sympathy. Okay, so dua benda yang berbeza, two different things, empathy and sympathy. Empathy, maybe you have the same experience before, or something in your family, someone close to you have experienced the same thing. So you you can have the empathy. Okay. Uh, okay, this is 4 elements of empathy. 4 elements of empathy. How can you develop empathy in yourself? You see their world. You see their world. For example, when you are when I said just now about blind people, we try to see their world. Okay, cuba imagine apa yang diorang buat seharian kan. Cuba compare dengan kita punya. Try to compare with our activities, daily activities. We want to walk, we want to eat, we want to withdraw money. So try to imagine, try to close your eyes, okay, and then try to do the activities without opening your eyes. Okay, then you will feel, okay, how difficult it is, right? Okay, so see their world, appreciate them as human beings. Okay, no judgment. Tak bolehlah kita kata dia sepatutnya macam ni, kena usaha lah, apalah kan. Okay, because they have very limited capability, and you have to understand that. Okay, understand the feelings. Okay. Macam yang saya bagi contoh sebelum ni, yang ada OKU kan, dia drive through dekat fast food restaurant. Okay, maybe dia dah queue lama, kemudian the cashier or the attendant at drive through counter ask her to get inside the premise to place order, because the attendant or the cashier cannot understand what she wants at that time kan. Because okay, you tu dia pekak ke bisu, I'm not sure. So dia masa tu sangat sebab, right? So sometimes kita mungkin kita akan judge, alah tak dapat, just because she cannot place order through drive through, why so, I mean so sad kan. Mungkin kita tak faham, maybe dia dah, mungkin hari tu dia dah penat ke, and then dia dah hati dia dah tersentuh sebab ke, kan. Okay, so we have to understand their feelings. So how can we understand the feelings? We have to communicate to understand people. Okay, communication is very important. Okay, instead of just looking at their uh, situation externally, try to communicate to understand the feeling. Sometimes bila kita dah communicate, we can understand people better. Okay, communication is very important. Okay, next. So identifying. Next part is identifying user problems. Okay. So what is problem? The gap between the current and desired state. Desired state and current state. How much is the gap is the problem. So problem in the work, any deviation or abnormality from the standard way of doing work. For example, in the case of blind user or blind people, kan, so they have limited capability in their dia punya penglihatan, kan. So that is deviation or abnormality from standard way of doing work. So biasanya normal way, katalah bila kita nak cross the road, kita just turn our head left and right. Okay, but for blind people, dia tak boleh, they cannot just turn left or right their head, kan, turn their head left or right, because they cannot see. So what can guide them to cross the road, kan? So that is abnormality or deviation from the standard way of doing of crossing a road, kan. So that is their problem. Okay. So what's your problem? Mesh your change techniques to the type of problem you are trying to solve. Ni you can see the rope, right? Kadang kita nak uraikan simpulan tali, kan. So ada there are few types of simpulan tali tu. Okay, sometimes simpulan tu sangat senang, simple problems, okay, or complicated ones, or very complex one, or chaotic problems. Okay, kind of problems. Every change is designed to solve a problem. Knowing what kind of problem you need to solve can help you choose the right techniques for your change initiative. So sama lah macam kita nak buka simpulan, kan. Okay, kita tengok kat mana tersimpulnya kat mana yang patut kita tarik, kan. So kalau silap tarik, dia akan jadi lebih complicated. So that's why you have to see the problem carefully, so you can choose the right techniques for your initiative. Okay. Okay, so this is simple problem, complicated problem, complex problem. This is just analogy, right? Okay, kalau simple, senang je lah. Solutionnya is very easy. But if it is complicated problem, you have to upgrade your technique. Okay. So if for simple problems and complicated problem, you can use the cause and effect method. Okay, contohnya kalau buat macam ni, apa effect? Kalau solution yang kita apply solution ni, macam ni dia punya effect. But for complex problem and chaotic problems, it is more to experimentation and learning. Okay, memerlukan lebih lagi eksperimen. Mungkin you have to come out with a few types of solution, and you have to try one by one which one is the best solution. Okay, I mean, come up with a few alternative, okay, and choose the best solution, and that can be done through experimentation and learning. Okay, next let's look at about business problem and human problem. This is to compare the business problem and human problem. So Okay, so you are from business, business field, kan? So, business problem usually deal with sales rate, right? Okay, for example, how can we increase conversion rates on our side? How can we lower the number of calls to technical support? Okay, kenapa? Why do we have higher number of calls to technical support? Maybe because there is certain problem with our site, our system, kan. Contohnya macam kalau contohlah kalau online banking system, kan, if the user face certain problem to log in or certain issue with their account, so they will call the technical support. So from the business point of view, they are trying to lower the number of calls to technical support, because that is their key performance indicator, kan. So kalau banyak a number of calls to technical support, it means there will be something, there is something wrong, or something that should be improved in their system. So how can we grow our core audience, right? That is some of the business questions. But when we talk about human, okay, how can we satisfy people so they are grateful for our product? This question is more to human connection with your company or your business. So what's the easiest way to help users figure out if our product fits their needs and encourage them to buy it? So biasanya dalam if we are talking about business, we want to persuade the user to buy our product. So how can we ensure that they will buy our product? So of course, we have first to ensure that our product fits their needs, right? So that we can encourage them to buy it. Kita kena, kalau you buat satu business, you must make sure your product tu can satisfy the um, user needs. They like your product, macam orang buka kedai makan, kan. They have to make sure that their food are good, is good enough to attract the customer, ataupun apa sahaja, any kind of product. So how can we keep our product from frustrating users? Contohnya kalau makanan, macam mana nak, kalau buat frozen food for example, how can the business people ensure that the product can be delivered, kalau dia by post ke apa, kan. So produk tu sampai kepada user dalam keadaan yang baik, kan. Okay, so that are some of the questions related to human problem. Okay, next, of course, when we are talking about business, we have to consider both. Okay, barulah business tu boleh berkembang. Okay, success. Not thinking about business only, but also related to the human. Okay, these are some of the, I'm not sure whether these problems, you are facing the same problems written in this figure. Okay, social problems teens struggle with every day. Okay, academic problems, social media issues. Okay, academic, of course lah, when you are a student at IPT, okay, you might have a certain problem to cope with certain subject, right? Social media issues, I'm not sure apa sebenarnya social media issues. Sometimes maybe cyberbully, maybe obesity, because of the uh, eating trend or food nowadays, right? It's very high calorie. Okay, you are facing obesity, and bullying, bully, right? Nowadays kita tengok dekat sekolah, kan, boarding school, sometimes uh, quite common thing. Bully is quite common thing, and depression also. Some of the students are having this. Okay, this depression, because of what? Maybe because of the family, right? Friends, I'm not sure. Okay, so drug use. Okay, this one also nowadays, kan. macam-macam isu, vape lah sebagainya. Okay, next is once you know the users, you are going to propose the IT solutions. Okay, okay, steps to solve a problem. So of course, the first step is you have to identify the problem. Next, develop alternative. Select the best alternative. Implement, and then after you implement, you have to check. You have to do evaluation whether the solution work or not. If yes, then you are done. Solve the problem. But if no, then you have to uh, repeat the same process. Okay. So check again the problem. Develop alternative. Select the best alternative, and so on. Okay. Okay. These are the strategies in problem solving. Okay, 4 levels. Okay, the first one is opportunistic. Okay, for example, during pandemic, you, masa mula-mula COVID hari tu, kan, early period of COVID, kan, so everybody has to wear mask, kan, everywhere, everyone has to wear the mask. So, the business people can turn the problems to opportunities. So, jual mask, kan. So, macam-macam jenis mask, washable lah, apa, kan. Okay, maybe because first mask yang mula-mula tu medical face mask, kan. So, medical face mask, ni just for example, okay. To make you understand. So, physical face mask, shortage of face mask at pharmacy, at shop semua, kan. So some of the people they turn the problem to opportunities. They sell washable face mask, right? Okay. Then at that time I still remember the mask, we have to tie the mask, kan, pakai tali kat belakang tu kena tie. You have to tie the mask. Okay, then some people are improving the design of the mask, so they make it better than it was before. Okay, daripada you have to tie from the first design, the initial design, you have to tie the mask. They improve it with head loop. Alright, head loop. Okay, so it is easy. Okay. Then also help the woman. Women biasanya bila pakai tudung, dia tak boleh nak sangkut lah dekat telinga, kan. So that one can be fixing also, restoring the status quo, maksudnya the current condition, kan. So mask yang asalnya ear loop yang you have to put dekat telinga tu, kan, sangkut dekat telinga. Okay, so difficult for woman with a hijab. So some people design the extender, kan, mask extender. Then you can see a few types of mask extender. Some from plastic, some from yang manik-manik itu, kan. Then barulah ada, lepas tu ada yang buat head loop, kan, so fixing. Then later creative people, kan. Ada mask yang dibuat dengan design with creative design, maksudnya colorful, pink, right. Before this we just have the medical face mask blue macam tu, kan, blue, dan belakang dia tu just putih, white one. So creative people come, they design mask with floral pattern, very colorful, and also mask for children also, right. Because children when they wear the mask yang untuk dewasa tu, dia macam besar sangat. Okay, so creative people come, that one maybe fix, kan, fixing kalau yang untuk children tu maybe kita boleh kata fixing lah. Okay. Kreatif bila ada orang design mask dengan warna-warni, dengan pelbagai corak. Okay. So these are 4 levels of solving strategies: opportunistic, improving, fixing, and then creative. So when you see certain problem, maybe at the first level you are opportunistic. You turn the problem to opportunities, and then after that you improve it, improve your solution, and then fixing, and then finally creative. Okay, so for today, this is the class exercise. Okay, students have to write a problem that they might have at home or your ITM on a piece of paper, and okay, this one if we are in face-to-face class. Okay, lecturer will randomly pick a problem and read it out loud to the class. So the whole class needs to figure out solutions to the problem. Okay, so for today, I want you to work in a group. Try to write a problem that you might have at home or at your ITM. Okay.